Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, Ohana Reads. My name's Anastasia, and let's get right to it. Alrighty guys, as you can see, I have a huge unboxing today. The box itself is huge. I have no other boxes besides this box. This box is huge. But if you can't tell by the tape, today we are unboxing Book Outlet. And just to let you guys know, this is my very first order from Book Outlet, and I'm super excited that I actually ordered from them because their site right now is 50% off. Basically everything on their site is 50% off, and you get free shipping if your cart is over $35. So I had to steal some really good books for some great prices, and I did. So without further ado, let's hop right into this box, guys. The first book we have is The Hazelwood, and I've heard a lot of other people reading this book, so I definitely did want to get this book. So this book is essentially about a girl and her mother who are on the run for some people who are trying to catch them. And in the midst, her grandmother does die, so they do go stay in her grandmother's house, who is now dead, and her mother gets kidnapped. So in this book, she tries to save her mother, but the books her grandma used to write about, her fairy tale books, are actually real. So she kind of goes into those obstacles of the creatures that her grandma used to write about that are unfortunately real, and having to save her mom all at the same time. So this is super cool book for me. I'm really excited to read this. So, and the cover's just cool itself. It has that sticker, but I'll take it off. But the cover, it's so cool itself. So I'm super excited to read this, guys. So this next book is a really old book. I probably was in middle school when this book was out, or when I actually heard of this book, and probably saw the movie back then too. But it's flipped. Look at the little chickie upside down. So if you guys don't know what this book, you are really younger than me, unfortunately. I'm only 20, but I haven't seen this book in I don't know how long. So I'm super excited to actually get back and read this book. So this book is essentially a little romance, like a little teenage romance. It's between a boy and a girl, and it kind of goes through how this girl, when the boy first moves into the neighborhood, the girl instantly falls in love with him and tries to be friends with him and everything. But from his perspective, she's a complete weirdo. He does not like her, at all. He doesn't like her. He's like, this girl's touching me, she's weird. And it kind of just grows into their romance from little kids to, I think, high school. So it's a cute little romance, and I absolutely love this book. And if you've seen the movie is also good. So I'm super excited that I got this book, and it was really cheap, so yay. The third book that I did get is The Wicked Deep, and I'm in love with this cover. It's so nice and shiny. It's so pretty. Even the spine is nice and rainbowy. It's only rainbowy right now because the sun is out in my room, so perfect time to open this up. But if you don't know what this book is essentially about a girl whose town is cursed by two witches who were stoned centuries ago, and every, I think, couple of centuries they come back and they possess bodies of other girls, and they basically take boys and go drown them in the lake. So she basically tries to save the guy that she loves from being drowned in the lake. So this is kind of like a cool thriller / romance. And oh my gosh, I didn't even see the pendant right there. That's super cool. I like this, and I especially love the moon. If you guys don't know by now, and if you've watched the Outcrate, I love anything that has to do with the moon. Me and the moon are best friends. I have a tattoo of the moon. Yes, I have a tattoo. Only because my sister has the matching sun to our sun and moon tattoos. But yes, I'm super excited for this. My fourth book is Girls Made of Snow and Glass. It is super bright in here, so you can probably rarely see the details on that. But this book I thought was super interesting because it goes on a tale of two girls who basically have to battle to become queen kind of, or like they're battling each other to become queen. One girl comes into the kingdom because she wants to win the king's heart and become queen, but yet she knows she has to be a stepmother to the princess that the queen already has. So the princess has yet to know that she isn't human. She doesn't realize how much she actually looks like her mother, and she finds out that she was basically made to look like her mom, but they're still fighting to become the queen. So this is actually a very interesting book for me. I don't believe there's any romance in this book. It's kind of just like a cool adventure YA fantasy book going on. So I'm really excited for this. And as you guys know, I do read a lot of romance, but I thought this book was really, really cool. From the fact that one of the girls isn't human, essentially. She's made up of things to look like her mom. So this is going to be interesting, and I can't wait to read this. And the fifth book that I got is Frozen by Catherine Purdy. I know I said that wrong, but I have the book from her from Bonecryer's Moon because that came in the Outcry box. I also have the first in the series because this is a series. It's Burning Glass series. I have the first book. I don't have the second book. So when I bought this book, I didn't realize it was in a series. I was like, ooh, this looks interesting. And I bought it. And then when I went back and I was like looking on Amazon and Book Outlet, and I was like, oh no, I bought the third book in the series, not the first. So I did buy the first, so I do have the first book, and soon I'll be reading the first book. But now I need to buy the second book if the first book is good. But I have the third book, which is great, but like I can't get over this cover. It's so pretty. It's like this flower crown. That's kind of what caught my eye the first time, but like of what this book is really about is really, really cool. So it's just a trilogy, which is awesome. So it's just 3 books. So I do need to buy the second one that I'll probably buy. If you don't know about the first book, Burning Glass, essentially the main character, Sonia, I believe is her name, has powers. She's like an empath or something like that. She can feel other people's like emotions and things that happen to them physically and emotionally. So, and like anybody around her, she can feel them. So like in the first book, she has to choose between 2 brothers, either betray one and trust the other, or vice versa. Is kind of that one. And then this third one, there's like a war going on now because of like who she chose in the first one, which I don't know because I haven't read it yet. But I'm excited to see who she chose and why there's a war. But essentially this one, there's a war going on and all her loved ones are being kidnapped and everything. So she's basically fighting for the war and for her loved ones. So this is going to be very, very interesting. And this is a hardcover, and I forgot I totally bought a hardcover. But it's super duper pretty. Like, look at that. It's like a nice blue-gray and silver foiling for the title. Pretty, 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 pretty. I like it. I love all of this. So, I don't know how many of you don't know, I have never read the Thorn of Glass series. Ever. Just coming into the book community, I found out about it, so thank God I came into the book community, because I had no idea about that book whatsoever. I've never read Sarah J. Maas. And the 6th book that I have is Kingdom of Ash, and nobody told me it was going to be this humongous. Oh my gosh, this is huge. I didn't realize it was going to be this thick. I was like, oh, cool, a book from Sarah J. Maas, and it's part of the Thorn of Glass series. Yeah, I should get it. I should get it. And not knowing that this is like the 7th in the series, like the 7th or 8th book in the series, which is awesome. I have number 1, so I did something right. I have number 1. It's kind of just sitting over there on my book cart, waiting to be read. But, yay, now I need to get the rest of them. Or, I don't know if I can read these out of order. If I can read these out of order, please let me know. Like, if there's different stories, like, if I need to read the 6th one before this one, or the one that's before this one, please let me know in the comments on what you guys think on how these should be read, if they can be read as standalones, or if they are a true series where you have to read 1 through 7 completely to understand them all. And yeah, this is humongous. So, hopefully I will get to this, or it's going to kind of be collecting dust before if I do have to finish all of these books before I actually get to this one. So that's great. I did an awesome job. Awesome. So that's great. And for the 7th book in my book outlet box is Four Dead Queens. Oh, you can barely see those crowns in the light, but like you can see them now, and they're so pretty. So pretty and shiny. Yay. So this book is basically about a romance between two people who try and uncover the murder of the 4 dead queens in this book. And they kind of just embark on themselves to solve the mystery of the 4 dead queens and why they were murdered. And in the midst of that, they also fall in love. So this is like a mystery / murder solving / romance book. As you guys know, I love romance, so I had to get into this. And I love like the medieval queens and kings, so this book was definitely up my alley, and I cannot wait to read this book. And it's just so pretty. And it's a hardcover, and you know, some of the hardcovers, they kind of look different than what's on the outside. Ooh, and I was right. So we just have like a plain old black book, and then the foiling is like bronze. That is so pretty. Yay. Definitely can't wait to get to this book, guys. Last book in my book outlet box, and it is the 8th book. Yes, guys, I bought 8 books, but they were just that cheap and amazing, so why not? And it was free shipping, $35 or more, so heck yeah. 8 books for like $35. Sorry, 8 books for like $35. Yes, I was all in. So this one is The Lost Queen, and I can't get over the cover because it's just so cute and like Viking-like. And I also couldn't get over the fact that the girl in this picture looks just like the girl in The Great Hunt. Or, yeah, on The Great Hunt. If you've seen that book, I'm pretty sure I did not share it with you guys, but they almost look the same. I'm kind of right, I'm kind of wrong, but look at the covers and tell me you definitely see some similarities between the two girls. Like, I thought they looked so similar. That's what kind of caught my eye for the covers. That the girl on here looks almost like the girl on The Great Hunt. So I thought that was kind of cool. But this is a book in a trilogy. This is the very first book. I did something right, guys. I got the first book in the trilogy. Unlike with my other 2 books where I'm getting them all out of order and not realizing it. But this book kind of follows the queen of her land, and she basically is trying to save her people's ways. So they're Vikings, and so essentially they're pagan, and the Christians that are coming in want to wipe away their religion of paganism and want them to be Christians and want to install Christianity within them. But she's essentially trying to save and preserve their ways of Vikings and their religion of paganism. So that's kind of her story. So she's kind of in line to marry a Christian prince, which is why she's trying to save her ways of her kingdom with them having paganism, because if their kingdom, if she has to marry that, then if she has to marry into his family, then she technically has to be Christian and not pagan anymore. So she wants to preserve her ways of paganism, but also from the fact that she falls in love with a hero. So it's also kind of like a forbidden romance type of thing. So I'm kind of excited for this book. There's romance and some type of religion in here as well. And it's medieval. You guys know I love the Viking medieval stuff. So I had to get this book. And I cannot wait to read this. I say that about all the books, but guys, I like books in general, and if they have romance or medieval in them, I'm gonna read it. And some of these books don't have that in there, but they were so interesting that they actually caught my eye. So I'm so excited to read all of these books and can't wait to finish all of these books or even get to these books. But I hope you guys like this video. If you do, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!